Hey guys. So, when I was younger, my father would tell me a whole bunch of different confusing riddles just so I would develop my mind, right? And one of the things that he told me when I was younger was never give advice. It made zero sense to me as a kid. Like, hey, you're giving me advice right now by telling me don't give advice. So I was like, okay, that's kind of redundant. So I kind of asked, hey, so if this is not advice, what is it? And he would kind of answer along the lines of, this is more guidance. There's a difference. It's two different words for a reason. Kind of applies to a lot of things, like the difference between listening and hearing someone. There's a big difference. So over time, I kind of did break it down, came up with my own definitions. Advising is more something like I'm advising you to do this, more in like with a lot of urgency. So like I highly recommend you doing this. Guidance is more like you can do this and this if you want to, and you might confuse it with having or giving a tip. And tip is more like you take it or not, it doesn't matter. It's honestly depends on you. Nothing's gonna really change, and it's only gonna benefit you. It does not affect me at all, right? So with that, with those definitions in mind, I was like, okay, it starts making a little more sense. And you're welcome to pause the video at this point and think of like why to never give advice. And I'll give you like 3 seconds. So three, two, one. Cool. So I came to terms it was because I had no experience. Everything that I was advising on was just assumptions or observations from my expectations, not everything. Like it was just none of it was concrete evidence. Nothing had facts around it. It was just assumptions. And that's what happens when you're a kid, right? You can kind of guess if this is going to work or not, and only experience will tell you if that is the case. This is why you should be more looking towards older people to take advice from, but also not limited to. Everyone has their own experience, everyone has their own advice. Just the general advice should be something that you should take on your own. There's another saying to this, right? It's not very common, but there's a saying that says, never take the shirt from a naked guy. Yes, I know how it sounds, but it basically means do not take advice or do not take anything from someone who cannot take care of themselves. This applies to everything. When you look at someone where they are, and you have to kind of evaluate, is their mental mindset where I want to be? Is do they have what I want? And you just kind of base on that decide if you want to take their advice. Advice is completely optional and something very important to, filter. Not all advice is good advice. Anyways, that's pretty much the video. Um, but yeah, if you're new here, I have a Discord channel, right? Basically around the Lone Era. It's called the Lone Era. And the Lone Era is basically a point in your life where you're surrounded by people or you have people, but no one quite gets you. It's like you're going through something that you cannot talk to your friends about, or they just don't get it. So it's kind of like a safe place, a place for mental growth and just growth in general. And it's just there. So you're welcome to join. It's in the description. And I also have now an Instagram that is a work in progress, but an option as well if you want to go follow that as well. All right, cool. I will see you guys next video. Bye.